A Passage of Time. Year, 1977. 7.4 IPA Stinger, single fin, yellow with red flames on the deck. Year, 1978. 7.6 Lightning Bolt, single fin, pintail, all red with a yellow lightning bolt. Year, 1979. 8.6 Yater Spoon from the movie Apocalypse Now, single fin nose rider, military pea green with the U.S. 1st Cavalry Air Mobile logo on the deck. Year, 1980. 6.2 MR Superman logo, twin fin, single wing swallowtail, red deck with one rail blue and one rail green. Year, 1981. 5.8 McCoy Laser Zap Phase 1, single fin, teardrop design, black and white checkers in V formation with red and blue deck. Fade 2. The current year is 1982, and we pick up where we left off in the story. Planet Blue Tube. This is an animated scene. Art is now 16 years old and is having an epic surfing dream. It is set in the future and is every surfer's fantasy dream come true. Interior, bedroom, morning. Art is sleeping in his animated, futuristic 16-year-old surfer-style bedroom. His room is adorned with all sorts of surfing posters, surfboards, etc. Art wakes up bleary-eyed and looks at his 6-inch wide wristband console on his left forearm. He gets very excited, jumps out of bed, puts on his bathing suit and a t-shirt with the futuristic Bajan Surfboards logo on it. He grabs his rocket-propelled surfboard with mini jet engines attached to each side of the tail of the surfboard and hurriedly leaves his bedroom. Exterior, house driveway, morning. Art is strapping his rocket-propelled surfboard on the roof racks of a sleek-looking personal spaceship the size of a car. Cut 2. Art is in the cockpit programming the coordinates on a touchscreen. Close-up, the words Planet Blue Tube appear on the screen. Then the words Distance 27 light years appears on the screen. Cut 2. Art's spaceship, with the surfboard attached to the roof racks, hovers, turns around, and blasts off. As Art is looking into the darkness of space, he starts talking to the cockpit computer. Art, warp speed 44. Computer voice, understood. Music selection? Art, Queen, Flash Gordon, OST, battle theme. Computer voice, understood. Surround sound speakers mechanically rise out of the dashboard of the spaceship. Art, with an adventurous smile, puts on some cool sunglasses and leans back in the seat. Art's right hand is on the throttle and slams it forward 12 inches. Wham! The spaceship goes into hyperspace as the wildly action-packed music begins to blast out of the speakers. Cut 2. Art's point of view, space. A dot appears in the middle of the blackness of space. As the dot gets larger and larger, it reveals a giant, completely blue ocean planet. As Art's spaceship gets closer, one tiny brown dot appears in the blue ocean. The spaceship gets even closer to reveal a single island surrounded by the vastness of the ocean. It's the only landmass on the entire planet. As the spaceship gets closer, the island gets larger, revealing a perfect right point break wave peeling on the whole left-hand side of the island. The waves are peeling for over 100 miles. Art's rocket touches down on the island next to a solitary alien-type palm tree. Art is checking out the waves. The waves are perfection. It's the type of wave every high school surfer would draw on their notebooks. Art takes off his rocket-propelled surfboard from the spaceship, puts it in the sand, and waxes the deck. Cut 2. Exterior, ocean day. A close-up of Art paddling to catch a wave. He catches the wave and starts to drop in. He presses a button on the 6-inch wristband console. The screen on the console says, Accelerate. The rocket boosters on the surfboard ignite, and the jet propels him down the wave. The camera pans out to a wide-angle shot to reveal a 300-foot wave. Art now becomes just a tiny speck as he rockets down to the bottom. Art is doing a sweeping bottom turn, heads back up, and does an off the lip which results in a 100-foot rooster tail spray. Art does a cutback and heads back to the breaking wave. He makes it to the top and floats down the wave curtain as it is pitching out. He makes a stylish 45-degree erect bottom turn and heads up the wave. Art presses a button on the wrist console. The console screen says, "Liftoff." The camera pans out to see Art as a tiny speck rocketing up the wave. He blasts out of the top in a 200-foot aerial. He comes back down into the wave and heads to the bottom. Art presses another button on the wrist console that reads, "Stall." He puts his right hand in the face of the wave as a 300-foot cavernous tube surrounds him. He keeps getting deeper and deeper in the tube, 10 feet deep, 25 feet deep, 50 feet deep, 100 feet deep. All of a sudden, a cameraman pops out of the face of the wave and snaps a picture of his ride. Art gives the cameraman the classic peace sign pose for the shot. Insert: Surfer Magazine cover shot. It's a full-page cover shot of Art deep in the tube. The caption reads, "Epic Planet Blue Tube." Back to the scene. Art presses a button on the wrist console that says accelerate. He shoots out of the tube and back onto the face. All of a sudden, a giant 200-foot sea serpent comes out of the water and chases Art. The sea serpent is gaining on him. The sea serpent opens his mouth and is about to eat Art whole like a piece of popcorn, when just at that moment, the animation goes fuzzy. Via: Art, wake up! It's been daylight for a half an hour now, and you're still snoozing. Get up, you lazy good-for-nothing surf bum. Interior Art's bedroom, morning, summer, 1982. The movie switches back to live action. Art's room is covered with posters of his surfing heroes circa 1982. Today is Art's 16th birthday. Via is jabbing Art's ribs with the nose of his twin-fin surfboard. Art and Via are a bit taller, noticeably older, but still look like kids. Via is starting to have an 80s new wave surf vibe about her. Art looks like a classic early 80s surfer. All the characters are dressed like they just walked out of a 1982 Surfer magazine. Art: Hey, what are you doing? I'm in the best dream of my life. Via: You're sleeping in for a dream? What's wrong with you? Via keeps poking Art with his surfboard. Art: Ow, that hurts. Via: We have surf to catch, birthday boy. Art: Leave me alone. There's no waves today. It's flat, unrideable. Even G.I. Joe couldn't surf today. Via: That's no excuse. I heard the Cape is huge. We should be road tripping it. Art: Yeah, like how are we gonna get there? Via: Minor details. I don't see why that should stop us. Get up. I gotta show you something. Art: Might as well. My dream's ruined after those flesh wounds you just gave me. Art gets out of bed and walks into the bathroom. He is wearing a Quicksilver bathing suit with stars all over them as pajamas. Via picks up a Surfer magazine. Via: Finally, a picture of Debbie Beacham surfing. Art: Is that not the insanest off the lip you ever saw? Do you think she pulled it off? Via: Yeah, she isn't world champ for nothing. You know, I'm going to be world champ one day. Art: Dream on. Via: You wait and see. Art comes out of the bathroom fully dressed. Art: Now, what were you going to show me? Via: Oh, yeah. Via tosses the magazine on the bed and they walk out of the room. Dissolve 2. End of Chapter 5. Planet Blue Tube. This is Mark, the author of The Bond Between Surfers. I'm creating a surfing grassroots effort to make this book into a feature-length film. Help support the project by purchasing the book, ebook, or audiobook. All proceeds will go to funding the film. Then one day, you'll be sitting in the movie theater, looking up at the big screen, and you can proudly say, I bought the book and made this movie. For more info, check out my website, tbbsurf.com. Thanks for your support.